Begin with the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
All right, Wyatt. Here. Reister.
Here.
Rule is absent. Cook.
Here.
Walker.
Okay, do I have a motion to approve tonight's agenda?
So moved it.
Second.
Okay, any questions? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? Right, motion carried. Next, I'm going to look for a motion to approve the consent agenda with one change. We are not issuing the check to the Hudson Hardware Plumbing and Heating for approximately $45,352.86, as we found out the work that they did was not part of the development agreement, so we don't need to reimburse them for that. So do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions? Anything else? Okay, all those in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed? All right, motion carried. Mayor's comments or accommodations. I'm not sure if this was ever official, but we want to give congratulations to Steve Jordan. He got the Lifetime Achievement Award from the Iowa Association of Building Officials and was given that at a dinner then on January 9th. So congratulations, Steve. Thanks for all your hard work. Citizens' requests and oral presentation. Do we have any?
No,
No?
nothing.
Anything from?
You signed up first.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Stan. I'm Rich Kurtenbach, and tomorrow I'm here to make sure everybody knows there's a special election taking place across Blackhawk County tomorrow for the opening we have in Blackhawk County Supervisor race. I am a candidate in that. This has been the first time we've had a special election for an opening on the County Board of Supervisors in over 60 years. Where they are utilizing voting centers, not necessarily your voting precincts for people to go to vote at. You can vote at any one of the 19 voting centers. I'll start with passing those around. But telling folks, take your phone out, take a picture of this. There's a map on the back side of the locations. If anybody has any questions, you can help forward that information to them where they would go to vote. Here in Hudson, and I believe it's downstairs in the community center. So, I got people that live in Dunkerton or work in Cedar Falls, gonna vote there in their lunch hour. I got people in LaPorte that work in Waterloo. So they've made it very convenient for folks to try and vote in this special election. I apologize, this is being the day before the election. Every municipal but one in Blackhawk County has their meetings on Monday night. So with the holidays there, everything's been condensed into 3 weeks for this race. This is the only time I've had I can get here to visit with you folks and make sure you know what was going on. So again, I've been here before. My goals is to be making a trip to every city council at least once a year. Just so you know who I am and helping with that communications that's going on with the county. Gail was at our 911 meeting. We're connected again after many years of knowing her for a while. But that's one of my main concerns. I had people from 3 different directions come to me with concerns about the 911 services. And once I can get in there and get more detail on how we can secure our 911 services and making sure that they stay as strong and secure for our people as much as we can here in the county. It's been interesting. One of the other things that's been coming up, I've done some town hall meetings. The one thing that keeps coming up is, are you going to be in the courthouse when we need you? That answer is yes. I've retired from my regular job in July. I plan on making this a full-time commitment. I also look at going out and meeting the people in the county. I hope to have relationships and working with people in the furthest corners of Blackhawk County. I think if you're going to represent the people, you're out there, you're talking with them. You're not just waiting in some building for them to come to you. You're actually out talking with folks. And that's part of my goal in attending every city council meeting at least once a year, if not more. But If there's any questions, please let me know. Like I said, tomorrow, hopefully you know the results by 9 o'clock, and I'm looking forward to it. Taking this opportunity seriously. Out of the 5 people that are running, I'm the only one that's been attending the board meetings. I've been doing that for 4 months. When we first heard that Dan Truck was looking at another position, I started attending the board meetings, tried to make sure I knew what's been going on. I know there's a lot of questions I don't have to ask simply because I've been at the board meetings and know what's been happening. They're already in budget discussions where I don't have to do a lot of catch up. I've already been here and talking with some of the department heads and know some of that stuff that's going on. So again, that's how serious I am in this, in filling this role. And I want to be, again, develop that working relationship with everybody in our county. So appreciate your support and thank you for the opportunity to do this.
Thanks, Rich. Joel, did you have?
Yeah, just quick one. Commendation to the city street crew for keeping the streets clear of the snow. One thing that I really want to commend them for is they've been cleaning off the walkways by Bill Caldwell, up by the school and stuff. There's a number of us that walk in the wintertime, even when it's cold, and it's really appreciated when it's dusted off. It's probably after they get the streets pretty well in hand and they brush them off, but it's really appreciated. So just wanted you to know that.
You share that with your department, Jake?
Thank you so much for coming here and telling us that too, because that's the best part of it, I think personally, is doing it in person. So we appreciate it, Joel.
It does they do get used, particularly if they're clean.
And I'm glad you're using them too. because
We are.
It's amazing. Thank you.
All right, thanks, Joel. Dave, did you have any or just wanted to sit in? Okay.
Sir?
Joel.
No, I'm down there in Des Moines and, like I said, all the, lobbyists. See, I'm not a fan of lobbyists. And I hear some of the people down there, they'll say, oh, I like to listen to lobbyists both on both sides. And I say, I like to listen to the people that I represent. So that's why I come back every night. Since the roads are nice and dry. I'll make sure anybody can call me if they ever need to. My cell phone number's on there, it always rings right to me. I don't have anything big to say. I always
Okay.
like to come in and hang out and not stir up trouble like I do when I'm in Des Moines and Cedar Falls. So that's all. I don't have
Okay.
anything special. Just always know you can call me.
Okay,
Thanks, Dave.
gonna move on to committee reports. Public Safety Committee meeting.
Oh, that's me. Can you pull it up? Yeah, sure can. We met Thursday last week. I don't know what the heck that date was. January 23rd here. I can see it.
You can see it, okay.
Kind of, enough to know what I talked about.
Okay.
The first thing we talked about was a possibility of a stop sign at the corners of Eldora Road and Rainbow Drive, correct? Is it Rainbow Drive
I think so.
or is it Rainbow Street?
Drive.
It's drive.
Is it Drive?
Does it say drive?
Drive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good thing we have a map back here. I could have turned around and asked about this Tree Street name too, but I didn't, forgot it was there. Anyway, there's been a large concern from a few of the residents along Eldora Road that we have talked about in our last public safety meeting about people who are now speeding because we can no longer have the speed camera there. So there were kids that were in danger and in lots of people walking, biking, whatever, up and down Eldora with higher speeds coming through there that isn't always controllable. The police department did offer to step up patrol in that area. Obviously, they can't just sit there all day, all night. There's also a crosswalk there and a bus stop. So, Sergeant Wiersma, after our last public safety meeting, had made a comment about why don't we try to put a three-way stop there, which we've done on East Eldora, right? East and Pirate Drive. I can't get my directions straight today. That has helped tremendously at both of those intersections. So we brought to public safety the opportunity to add that. So that has been moved to public discussion tonight to set a hearing for our next council meeting. Since that discussion, we have also just decided to potentially make it a four-way stop instead of a three-way, because the streets are so close to each other, it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense for a three-way. So that will be on to set a public hearing tonight. We'll talk about it next meeting. The next thing we talked about was budget stuff, which is not fun. There is a whole lot more to come with that. But looking at some huge cuts because of rollbacks and taxes and some other things going on. We are looking at potentially working with a budget work session coming up, which is what we talked about, because there are, 6-digit numbers having to be cut from both our fire and police departments. So looking at some scary stuff, especially for rural EMS services right now. So more to come on that. We adjourned our meeting at I don't know what time that says, 4:50.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it was almost 5.
There you go.
Okay,
Question?
any, questions for? Okay. We'll move into public hearing. Number 1, public hearing regarding water and sewer rate increases for 2025. Do we have any written?
No.
Any oral? Okay, we'll go ahead and close that public hearing. Public hearing number 2, public hearing regarding solid waste rate increase for 2025. Any written?
No.
Any oral? We'll close that public hearing. General government, the Hudson City Council maintains the right to waive the first and second readings of the ordinances presented and may pass the third and final reading of the same ordinance with the same within the same council meeting. Item A, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 918 and ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 9, water rates, Section 92.02, rates for service. And this would be to increase water from the minimum from 1786 to 1965. It would be a 10% increase. This includes the 5% increase for the charge that we get from Waterloo, and then 5% to maintain for future projects and repairs that we would need to do.
So moved. Second it.
Discussion? Okay, roll call.
Reister.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Wyatt.
Aye.
Lawson. Aye. Motion carries 4-0.
Okay. Item B, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 919 and ordinance amending the Hudson City Code 2017, Chapter 999, sewer rate charges, Section 99.01, sewer service charges required. And that is raising it from $16.51 to for minimum to $18.16. And that again is the 10% increase. Do I have a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Okay, second?
I'll second it for discussion, but the
Okay.
lack of a quick second concerns me.
I don't think there's a lack. I think nobody just wants to raise any prices.
Don't want my name hung to that.
Um,
Well, the only way to discuss it is you gotta.
Have that.
So-
on.
No, not always.
not always be-
No, Heather said that before. We don't need to have a motion to discuss things.
I mean,
It-
your
it
name's
is
gonna be hung to it in the vote, so,
Yeah.
or, I guess like, if there's a reason to not do this,
No, because otherwise, we'll have to be paying for the rate increase from the city of Waterloo where we get.
Yeah.
well,
As far as I'm concerned, it's kind of a normal thing. It's passing to us already. So the city's not gonna take over paying the increase. I mean, we can't afford to absorb the increase out of another budget. I mean, if we don't do it, we have no,
I was just reading the minutes from the public safety meeting while we were talking about that. There was a loose reference to some declining revenues and potential cuts. So I guess one of my questions is if the increase is 5% and if we're raising it 10%, and the reason, and I've been in those public works meetings where we've talked about that, the reason that there was that gap is because that 5% goes as kind of a set aside for whatever needs to be done at the water plant, the sewer plant, whatever.
Mhm.
if we're gonna be in a situation where we're gonna be cutting things and maybe more than we're used to, can we be assured and can the taxpayers be assured that that 5% overage is actually gonna be earmarked for water and sewer? Does that make sense?
Yeah, and it is.
It is, because water and sewer is a self-funded budget, so all that money stays in water
Okay.
and sewer.
I mean, that makes me more comfortable, cause I don't wanna get in a situation where someone's hair is on fire and then we start robbing the water and sewer 5% that we raised.
No,
No,
we
I
don't,
understand.
and we can't, it's illegal for us to do that, because
Okay.
our enterprise funds or utility funds have to be self-sustained. So,
Any other questions, discussion?
No.
Okay, roll call.
Cook,
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Wyatt.
I,
All right, motion carries 4-0.
Okay, item C, discussion action to approve the first reading of ordinance 920, an ordinance to amend the Hudson City Code 2017, chapter 106, collection of solid waste, amending the following language and collection fees, and it would be going then to 1540 per month, and this is, there's been an increase in the yard waste charges, and so they came and asked for another nickel.
So moved.
Second.
Discussion? Questions? Roll call?
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
Wyatt.
I,
All right, motion carries 4-0.
Chrissy, on that note, can we request from Blackhawk Disposal new cans that are cracked and look deteriorated? Okay, if we could do that, that'd be great.
Yeah, like.
At least that shows where the money's going.
Like at your property.
Any of them.
Yeah,
Maybe
if-
just
if
something we
they-
put out.
Yeah, if they, typically people will call if
Okay.
they're cracked or broken or whatever.
Just
Those
so
are,
they know that,
Oh, yeah.
the constituents know that.
yep, everybody knows. Everyone should know that.
or if we could put that in water, in the utility bills,
Yeah, I
to
can,
say,
I
if-
can make a note that if there is damage to your,
right,
I've
either
seen
one of your
some.
cans.
And,
Yeah.
and Facebook and stuff too, because that kind of gets shared around the
Yep.
different
And
community
unfortunately,
groups.
stinky ones probably don't count as broken, right?
I mean,
Mine needs to be cleaned, something fierce, so.
That's a homeowner.
Yeah.
problem.
Okay, item D, discussion and action to approve resolution 3323, a resolution setting a public hearing to amend, and it's going to be a four-way stop sign.
Yes.
Or,
yes.
okay, on Eldora Road. Public hearing then set for February 10th of 2025.
I'd make that motion to set the hearing.
Second.
Any other discussion? Roll call?
Wyatt.
Aye.
Lawson.
Aye.
Reister.
Aye.
Cook.
Aye.
All right, motion carries 4-0.
Okay, before we go into like the tidying up, finishing up here, I'd like to go ahead, since we're gonna be working on the budget, to set a work session for that. So we can kind of go over what we're looking at, what are gonna be some initial things, because we'll need to give time then for the department heads to take a look at their budgets and see how things
We
are
were
gonna
thinking
look.
We were thinking the first week of February.
Right,
originally.
yep, the week of the 3rd.
Is there, are you thinking that Monday? Are you thinking a different day during that? week?
Monday works fantastic for me.
Matt, what about you?
Yeah.
I mean, I've got basketball games, I mean, even tonight, but, is there any chance we do it earlier?
Earlier,
I'm good
Or-
with that.
at
or
like at
later.
5.
I mean,
Or do you wanna do?
3, 4, 5.
Oh,
I'm
Four would be
home
about
that
the
day.
earliest.
I could do it in the, what's time?
4. I mean, I could do it earlier if we need to.
what
but-
time are your games?
Depends if they're on the road or not.
Okay,
I mean, if we need to do earlier, I'll make it work. So,
I can,
I can make an afternoon
I'm in
work for
my
sure.
office, so.
Daryl, is your availability?
Pick a time.
All right, making sure.
so are we saying 3 o'clock then, or 4 o'clock on that Monday?
Manage your game.
I mean,
I'll
earlier,
make sure you're here.
earlier is better for me.
Okay,
You wanna
okay.
do 3,
3 on Monday, the what?
3rd?
Third.
February 3rd.
Like,
Or whatever the first.
it's like next Monday?
Yeah.
Yeah, next Monday.
Yeah.
Okay,
If that
Good.
doesn't work, let me know,
Okay.
and then we can figure
We
out
can
something.
email and get something else. But, I mean,
Okay.
cause even if we needed to do it at like noon, I hate to do that because I'd like to,
4 o'clock.
I don't know. I
Three.
guess it doesn't much
Yeah,
matter.
Matt, if 3 o'clock doesn't work and you have to go earlier.
Just, yeah, let us
Okay,
know.
so-
I'll make it work, whatever you need. So, just like I said, I wanna make
And
sure.
Lori's retired, so she's good.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'll be back in town.
She's just out at DC for,
Beyond paint change stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right, so there's 5 informational items in the packet, reminder items, regularly scheduled meetings held at the council chambers except for the library board, Public Works Committee meeting, February 12th, 7 a.m., Mayor's Task Force Committee meeting, February 18th at 5 p.m., and we'll probably be holding it this month. Right. So, Public Safety Committee meeting, February 27th at 4 p.m. and Personnel Admin Finance Committee meeting. Right now it's scheduled for February 24th. We may change that to possibly the 17th to take a final look at the budget before Chrissy has to have it worked in and put, yeah,
we'll
and
either
submitted.
meet The 17th or the 18th, it just depends on the event.
Right, the problem is that the 17th is a holiday,
Right,
but
it's.
Oh,
Yeah.
like holiday, President's Day.
President's
Got it.
Day.
I have that
So-
day off.
I'm-
Woo-hoo!
but I'm willing.
if it works better, okay. All
I'll
right.
be in salaries.
Next council meetings, February 10th at 6 p.m. and February 24th at 6 p.m. Oh, I didn't see that you had it on the agenda to set it. Okay,
That's okay.
never mind.
No,
All right,
it's there.
motion to adjourn.
I moved that we adjourn, and I wonder who's been doing that in my absence.
I have, you're welcome. I've been taking over for you.
Do I have a second?
Okay.
All those in favor signify by saying aye.
I
Opposed? We are adjourned.